Valmiki Ramana, Aranya Kanda, Book number 3, Sarga 60, Roman numerals LX 60, LAKSHMAN reproved. But Rama ceased not to upbraid his brother for untimely aid, and thus, while anguish wrung his breast, the chief with eager question pressed. Why, Lakshman, didst thou hurry hence, and leave my wife without defence? I left her in the wood with thee, and deemed her safe from jeopardy. When first thy form appeared in view, I marked that Sita come not to. With woe my troubled soul was rent, prophetic of the dire event. Thy coming steps afar I spied, I saw no Sita by thy side, and felt a sudden throbbing dart through my left eye and arm and heart. Lakshman, with fortune's marks impressed, his brother mournfully addressed. Not by my heart's free impulse led, leaving thy wife to thee, I sped, but by her keen reproaches sent, O Rama, to thine aid I went. She heard afar a mournful cry, O save me, Lakshman, or I die. The voice that spoke in moving tone smote on her ear and seemed thine own. Soon as those accents reached her ear, she yielded to her woe and fear. She wept, overcome by grief, and cried, Fly, Lakshman, fly to Rama's side. Though many a time she bade me speed, her urgent prayer I would not heed. I bade her in thy strength confide, and thus with tender words replied. No giant roams the forest shade, from whom thy lord need shrink dismayed. No human voice, believe me, spoke those words thy causeless fear that woke. Can he whose might can save in woe, the heavenly gods e'er stoop so low, and with those piteous accents call for succor like a captive thrall? And why should wandering giants choose the accents of thy Lord to use, in alien tones my help to crave, and cry aloud, O Lakshman, save. Now let my words thy spirit cheer, compose thy thoughts and banish fear. In hell, in earth, or in the skies, there is not, and there cannot rise, a champion whose strong arm can slay thy Rama in the battle fray. To heavenly hosts he never yield. To heavenly hosts he ne'er would yield, though Indra led them to the field. To soothe her thus I vainly sought, her heart with woe was still distraught, while from her eyes the waters ran. Her bitter speech she thus began. Too well I see thy dark intent, thy lawless thoughts on me are bent. Thou hopest, but thy hope is vain, to win my love, thy brother slain. Not love, but Bharat's dark decree, to share his exile, counsel thee. Or, hearing now his bitter cry, thou surely to his aid wouldst fly. For love of me, a stealthy foe, thou choosest by his side to go. And now thou longest that my Lord should die and wilt not help afford. Such were the words the lady said. With angry fire my eyes were red, with pale lips quivering in my rage. I hastened from the hermitage. He seized, and frenzied by his pain, the son of Raghu spoke again. O brother, for thy fault I grieve, the mighty dame alone to leave. Thou knowest that my arm is strong, to save me from the giant throng, and yet couldst leave the courage spurred to folly by her angry word. For this thy deed I praise thee not, to leave her helpless in the cot, and thus thy sacred charge forsake, for the wild words a woman spake. Yea, thou art all to blame herein, and very grievous is thy sin, that anger sway thy faithless breast, and made thee false to my behest. An arrow speeding from my bow has laid the treacherous giant low, who lured me eager for the chase, far from my hermit dwelling place. The string with ease hand I drew, the string with easy hand I drew, the arrow as in pastime flew. The wounded quarry bled, the borrowed form was cast away. Before mine eye a giant lay, with bright gold braceleted. My arrow smote him in the chest, the giant by the pain distressed, raised his loud voice on high. Far rang the mournful sound, mine own. It seemed were accent, voice, and tone. They made thee leave my spouse alone, and to my rescue fly. Wow. Absolutely wow. Such amazing translation by Sir Ralph Griffith from Sanskrit to British. Absolutely beautiful. They are pretending they're enacting their pastimes. Rama is enacting his pastimes as if they are ordinary human beings, ordinary men and women. This so-called mistake, this is what God does. His first expansion, Lakshman, his second self, even he was put under delusion. So he could be able to perform an error. That's called perfection. That's really called perfection. How can God induce his own second self, his first expansion, Lakshman, who is also Vishnu Tattva, also God, induced to make a mistake? Rama is God. Rama is Krishna. Krishna Rama. This is the same person, just different pastimes, performed different pastimes. Just like a same actor acts in one movie particular role, and then in another movie acts a particular role, but it's the same actor. In the same way, God, Rama, and Krishna are the same, completely the same. But Rama performs particular pastime and Krishna performs another pastime. That's the difference. But it's the same God. Jai Shri Ramayana. Hail Ram. Roma Victor. Rama. Victory to Rama. Jai Shri Ram. Ciao.